What's up, everyone? Welcome to episode 1 of the Hangout Culture. Thanks for being with us. We're all here hanging out. Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween, everyone. We are doing our parts.
We're doing our part to spread the cheer. We're a sumo trio.
Yes.
That's what we're going as. I don't know how long we're going to stay in these costumes because these fans are running hot and loud.
Hot, loud, and a little a little larger than I had thought the sumo outfit would be. I don't know why.
Pretty large.
But yeah, I can't not hold my belly.
I know.
With them.
I have to. Because I have to like push down to compress air like out of my neck region.
Right.
Because these things just like choke you like really bad.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's not a like poorly made product. Like it's definitely doing its thing. But when you're trying to podcast, you have this like little breeze coming up the back of your neck, and it is definitely
we didn't think
restricting.
about these like logistically. Like
No.
it's logistically terrible for podcasts.
No. And that's part of the hangout, right? You don't always think logistically. You just go, oh, let's all get in sumo suits and do a podcast.
Yeah, seems like a good idea. And then you get everything out of the bag, and you're like, oh, no, maybe not.
Tom doesn't really need to see the computer or use the computer.
You can barely see or do anything back there. I only have to drink beer, so cheers to Halloween.
Yes, cheers to Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
I love Halloween episodes and like editions of things, like as you know, from my childhood, like Boy Meets World or The Simpsons and stuff like that. So I love like special Halloween episodes. So that's why we wanted to, for our very first episode, give you guys a very special one. So this is a Halloween special. Happy Halloween, everyone.
Yes. And the goal then is like as we continue and we celebrate like anniversaries, we'll incorporate dressing up and celebrating the anniversary along with Halloween. So I think it's actually a good idea, and hopefully next year we do something a little more logistical than sumo outfits.
Yeah, we won't be sumos next year, we promise. But we will dress up. We will dress up. So
fun.
So I guess this episode, I mean, we're just gonna be hanging out talking about Halloween. You know, our favorite memories, our favorite candy, things like that. Some like history of Halloween, and just kind of hang out for a little bit and talk about that. So I guess we'll kick it off with like, I guess, what was Halloween to you as a kid? You know, growing up in, you know, the 90s, early 2000s, trick-or-treating. I have a lot of special memories, but we've never talked about Halloween together. So, like, how was Halloween for you growing up? What are your special memories? What do you remember? Yeah.
Halloween was always a lot of fun. It was kind of when I was growing up, it was still, like, decent weather. So you were going to, like, haunted hay rides. You were doing corn mazes. Like I remember that was definitely a thing when I was younger. Now it almost seems like I don't know, the temperature is just different. It doesn't have the same like fall feel for me.
It does seem like colder.
Yeah.
Or maybe we were kids and just didn't give a shit, but like
maybe.
It seems like colder and like windier and just like more miserable, but maybe it's because I don't know. I definitely don't remember that as a kid at all. Like definitely warmer weather.
Yeah. So I remember it was always fun to like dress up, you know, picking different like, costumes out. And that was always fun. I just remember a lot of like family memories. And then when I got into high school, it was always about like how can I hang out with my friend groups and do Halloween-esque things, whether that's a corn maze, haunted hay ride, hang out with girls, if I'm being honest. It was high school.
Whoa.
That was definitely the draw there, was how can we get out of the parents' house and go do something Halloween-related that's fun.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, definitely when you transition into teenage years, it's more mischievous.
Yes.
But, like, I think I went to OU for college, 4 years to get my bachelor's there. And every year, I think OU throws like the biggest Halloween party in the world, Ohio University, in Athens, Ohio. And it's like Athens, Ohio isn't that big. We do have like one main like road, but that road is just like shoulder to shoulder with people in costumes going crazy. And the best part of that is just go up and down. It's called Court Street. So you just start at one end and at the other, and you would see the craziest costumes, interact with the wildest people, and oh my God, I'm just blowing up here. Oh, I gotta let some air out. Okay.
You're really letting yourself go over there.
I know, I am. I'm just thinking about Oreos. But yeah, Halloween in Athens was like legit. It's funny because when I was in Athens, what I would do for Halloween is I would start at the beginning of Court Street. I wouldn't have a costume. This is the thing. I wouldn't have a costume.
Okay.
But I would take pieces and parts from people's costumes and like just wear it. So by the end of like Court Street, when I got to the end of it, I just had like different pieces and parts of everyone's costume.
Yeah, you had your own costume.
Yeah, so that was my costume. That was like a strategy I had for 1 year for sure. And it
Let's just go to the party and steal everyone else's.
Yeah, but then
Create
you
a
have
costume.
to then you have to ask like everyone's like, what are you? What are you? And then I have to constantly say it like I don't know. You got something, Tom? You got something for us, Tom? He has to unmute himself. He's getting used to it.
And then bend down to the mic.
Take some Ozempic.
So you're right.
There you go.
It looks like the Athens Halloween block party was famous for its size and student participation.
Yeah.
One of the largest in the country.
Wow, countrywide, largest in the country.
Yeah, it's a thing. It's definitely a thing.
Yeah. Well, I remember my experience at OU. The only experience I had was when I went down to visit you for Lil Sibs weekend.
Oh God, we can't.
Well, that was just like it gave me.
We can't talk about that. No, I'm just kidding.
It gave
you were
me,
underage.
It gave me a lot of insight into like, okay, no, this is a party college. Like things could definitely get pretty wild here. So I would
Just a little
imagine.
insight.
Yeah.
How old were you? Because this
Jeez.
was Little Sibs in Athens, Ohio. It would just be a weekend every year.
Well, I drove myself, so I was I at least had my
You're
license.
At least 16.
At least 16.
Okay.
And we're 4 years apart. So I don't know what year it was for you, but it was the exact same year for me, but in high school. So like if it was your sophomore year, it was my sophomore year in high school.
It was my junior year for sure.
Okay, so then, and I'm actually, my birthday's in September, so I'm like older for my class. So I was 18. Then.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Because you would have been 22 your junior year.
Yeah. That's.
So I was legal to do I was legal to smoke cigarettes at the time.
Yeah.
I guess that's the only thing I was really legal to do.
Yeah, and that's all you did.
Yep, that's it. That's it. Nicotine only.
Yeah. But oh my gosh, we might have to turn these off. If like
This might
you
be
can
a thing.
definitely hear the fan noise.
Yeah. Oh, I can definitely hear it.
Yeah, for sure.
Let's cut it.
Do you think so?
These were fun.
Tom, you have to stay
Cut to
You're
Tom.
muted.
Tom's like, I can't work.
I'm gonna have to find my Ozempic.
Yeah, everyone pop your Ozempic real quick.
Oh, where is it? This is the best part of the podcast. I was trying to turn off our sumo suits.
Right.
Really
That's
good
about how
podcast
Ozempic
material.
uses, or works, right?
Oh, there you go.
Just as easy as hitting a button and boom,
Just as easy.
100 pounds off, right?
Oh my gosh.
Now I can comfortably drink my beer. Which actually, speaking of which, is one of my like favorite parts of Halloween. It is one of the staples of beer or specialty craft beer seasons. Now we get Christmas ales. It's the only part of Christmas I'm okay with celebrating before Thanksgiving, but Christmas ales are my favorite beer style. And since we're here in Ohio, Great Lakes is what I love drinking. It is nationally known as one of the best Christmas ales, and we're fortunate enough to have them in our backyard.
Yeah.
So that's what we're drinking today.
Yeah,
Or
it's
drinking
delicious.
today. Yeah.
And what alcohol percentage is it? Because it's pretty heavy.
Usually they're in the 8s. I have not looked. Oh no, 7.5.
7.5. Yeah, I thought it was in the 8s too.
It teeters every year because they make a new batch. So that's
Yeah.
why it's always kind of fun to try it every single season and see the little micro adjustments that they made within the recipe. And this
I
one's
liked
pretty
it this
good.
year. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some years are definitely off, and like
Mhm.
people know it. Like you have your
Yep.
first one, and then you go to a party, and then someone comes up to you, and it's like, yeah, it's just isn't the year for it. It's just
Mhm.
it's definitely a thing.
Oh yeah, and a lot of people compare them then to Thirsty Dog. At least here in Ohio, it's like a big rivalry with Christmas ales. Thirsty Dog Christmas Ale and Great Lakes Christmas Ale. And
Yeah.
it seems like at least here the natives either pick Great Lakes or Thirsty Dog as their lead runner every year.
Yeah. How far does Great Lakes distribute?
I believe they're nationally.
Really?
I believe
So-
Great Lakes goes national. I remember when we were in Florida, at least they go south. I don't know about the border to the west, because when we were in Florida, people were talking about the Christmas ale that they were able to get there from Great Lakes.
Oh dang! Just in their grocery store and stuff.
Yeah, but there's a weird line with
I
distribution.
didn't know that it went that far.
So distribution actually is a lot more restricted the further west you go. Like the second you
Right,
get into
yeah.
Indiana, like there's almost a north and south line for distribution for alcohol.
Yeah.
And they do not get any East Coast beers.
I went to a what was it? A tasting of was it a wine tasting or oh shoot, what was it? But yeah, they were in like Utah or something like that, and they were saying how their distribution is just like a lot different than ours.
Yeah.
when they
And there's
distribute it out there.
similarly, there's a lot of like West Coast beers that are really, really famous that we will never be able to get here, or at least we can't get them right now in Ohio. Except for like your big beers, you know, Bud Light can be everywhere, but they have certain distribution deals that are much bigger than your even Great Lakes to make it out to the West Coast.
Interesting.
Yeah.
You got something for us, Tom?
Yeah, so it looks like it doesn't really go any further than Illinois west and Minnesota west. And you
Okay.
can't really get it any south of Kentucky. So, but you
Maybe
can
I was
go to
wrong.
New York, Pennsylvania, Massachusetts. So they've got a pretty big footprint in this area.
Interesting.
Wow. Okay, so then I was wrong. Maybe I was hearing some other Ohio natives in Florida talking about Great Lakes. Because
Maybe
a
they
lot
smuggled
of,
it.
A
Maybe they
lot of
smuggled it.
Ohioans go to Florida.
Yeah, for
So-
winter for sure. Snowbirds.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. All right, so I want to pivot back to Halloween because it's a Halloween episode. But we are drinking Halloween beers and Christmas
Yes.
beers and holiday
Yes.
beers. But when I was a child, the coolest part about Halloween was my whole neighborhood. We would get into like it would be towed. It would be like something that you would put like a 4-wheeler into or something like that. I don't know, but it would be towed by a tractor, and all
Okay.
the kids would go into the this little what it would be towed in. I don't know what it's even called, like a trailer or something like that.
Okay.
And we just go house to house, and we would be like driven in that.
Okay, for like trick or treating.
Yeah, for trick or treating.
Okay,
Like the whole
okay.
time. So all, like the neighborhood kids would just all kind of go together from like an entire street. So I thought that was
Gotcha.
pretty cool.
Yeah, that's a pretty cool memory.
Yeah.
I remember I grew up in a neighborhood where we all were, you know, there was a lot of kids. It was a new developing neighborhood. So a lot of similarly aged kids, and we would like trick or treat was a big thing in our neighborhood, but we would just walk. I mean, it was like a walking distance. It wasn't too big. So it was like another one of those times where like I can get with the other same aged kids and we can go trick or treating. And then because there's an age gap between my brother and I, my parents would always then walk with my brother who was much younger than me at that time.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I actually have something related to trick or treat though. Did your neighborhood ever have somebody that put change or coins in the trick or treat basket compared to candy?
Never. Like money? Like
Yeah.
just like 50 cents?
Yeah, like quarters, nickels. Like and the only reason I bring this up is because there was oddly enough one person in our neighborhood that did that, and then I just recently learned that Alex had someone in her neighborhood that did that too, and I was like, wait, is this a thing? Like, is there somebody that is giving out like nickels and quarters?
It's honestly
instead of
cheaper than candy.
bars. Well,
Candy is
yeah, cheaper and better for you, right?
Oh my gosh.
I mean,
like I
it was
usually have to
crazy.
buy at least 10 bags, and it's like $8.99, $9.99 a bag.
Oh,
So it's like,
yeah.
okay, I'm going to spend over $100 easy on like Halloween candy.
giving away Halloween candy.
Yeah.
yeah.
It's wild. It's just gone up so much. And I always want to, like, I start buying them in September, like mid-September. I'll start buying a bag or two just because I think I'm getting a deal, but they probably mark it up then anyway. You probably have to buy it in like June in order to
come
get
on.
any sort of deal.
You know, corporate America.
I do know. Yeah. But Tom, how is it trick or treating with kids? Tom is the only one with kids, so
Yeah.
kind of like interested in hearing his. Like, do you get like a sense of like nostalgia from it? Like, what's your favorite part about trick or treating with your kids?
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's a lot easier because they do all the work and I get to eat their candy when they're not
yeah,
around.
Yeah, that's a good point.
But yeah, they love it. It's been one of my favorite holidays. It was just the whole tradition of it and everything. Most of my kids, they spend a lot of their time in costume, dressed like Marvel characters and everything as it is. So it's kind of the day everyone else gets to be like them. And yeah, it makes it nice. And watching them walk up and be all polite and everything, it brings that sense of community too, because you don't feel it a lot. So just seeing everybody all happy, and then you get the houses now that have the adult gifts.
Oh yeah, I've seen those. Yeah,
I have
They have like a
not,
shot of
actually.
Fireball or something.
Yeah, we actually
Interesting.
Yeah.
we just went trick-or-treating a couple weeks ago at a campground, and for every stop the kids got a piece of candy. We ended up with some shot that they had spent a bunch of time making, and so I was not driving home that night.
Wow. That's cool.
That's
I have
cool.
not heard of
Yeah.
that. Yeah. Well, I mean, I also haven't been trick or treating. Like without kids, I haven't been trick or treating in
Right.
over a decade.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't know.
I remember in Akron, I used to live like right next to David, and like we only lived there 1 year.
Not at the same time, unfortunately.
Yeah, not the same time, but like I remember I was so bummed out because it was another one of those Halloweens where we just didn't want to be outside at all, and so we just left a huge bucket of Halloween candy on the front porch, and then we just started the very first. We were like giddy to hear like the first kids coming up.
Yeah.
We were just like watching TV like next to the front door or whatever. And they were all like laughing and blah, blah, blah. And then we just heard them running and we're like, no, like they didn't do it. Do you think they did it? And she's like, yeah, go check. And so I checked and sure enough, they ran off with like the whole thing, like everything.
Yeah. You
The
got to
very
be out
first
there
customers- Oh man.
watching. You got to be out there
It made me
supervising
so
the
sad.
candy.
It made me so sad. But now we live, in Fairview Park, and like I love this neighborhood, and it's really cool to see the kids every year come up, and because I know a lot of like families from this neighborhood just by living here for 8 years and everything.
Yeah.
So it's really cool to see the kids come up. But it would be awesome to see like one day trick or treat with your kids. I think that would like bring back so much nostalgia, just like any holiday with kids,
Yeah. And I think Tom actually brought up a good point, like the whole sense of community. Like how often are your kids saying hi to everyone on your street?
Yeah, it's a good point.
Like,
you get to meet people.
It
in your
socializes them,
community.
gets it normal. Like all of our neighbors are, or not all of our neighbors, but like neighbors can be good. So like,
Oh yeah,
go
for
up and
sure.
see them, and like that's
I love all my neighbors.
that's awesome.
Yeah, good people.
Yeah.
Good people.
We put out a bowl on our front porch similar to that, and like the past few years, like 2 out of the last 3 years, we've actually had traveling plans over the course of Halloween weekend. So we've just like set it out or told whoever's watching our cat to like set it out, and so we never actually see if anybody takes it on the first go, but somebody's getting candy.
But it's always like gone when you get back.
Oh
right?
yeah, it's always gone
Completely
whenever
gone.
completely gone. So like it's either the first kid and maybe this
I
year
hope
we'll
not.
we'll actually watch our little like security system
You should.
footage to
Yeah.
see there's multiple kids coming up or like
Because you're probably only feeding one kid per Halloween.
and the rest of them are walking up and disappointed.
Yeah. The rest think you're.
Yep.
It's like he does this every year.
Yeah.
It's just an empty thing?
bowl.
Yeah.
Empty bowl sets
But,
it out.
dude, don't be that kid. Don't raise your kids to be that kid either. All the kids that come up are like, they only take one little candy, like one little candy. I'm like, just take a handful. You know what I mean? They're so polite. They only take one. I'm like, grab a handful.
Yeah.
So
yeah. I bought 9 bags. Like take a handful, right? if you have the candy,
Yeah.
give it out
until we're low, and then pick them out individually. Because we always run out every year. We run out. We always buy more and more bags every year. It's just like I should tell them take 3 or take 4.
Yeah.
Instead I always say grab a handful because try to be generous.
Yeah. So outside of your mismatched costume that you made at OU, do you have a favorite costume or a costume disaster? Something that went extremely wrong? I have a disaster story. I'll let you think, and I'll go through my disaster story. So when I was maybe, I had to be like maybe 12 or 13 years old. Scream was really big.
Yeah.
And they had these brand new masks where it was like the mask, but then like liquid would run through it, and it had like a plastic cover on it. So it looked like your face was like bleeding, but it was a little button you had in your pocket, and you could like squirt the blood and like make it come out whenever you wanted, and then it would reset.
Cool.
It was like the coolest thing that I could think of for that year. And I saw it in the store and was like, oh, that's definitely it. That's what I'm wearing. That's so cool. And so we all get ready during Halloween, and my parents had just gotten 2 brand new runner carpets that go next to the front door in like our foyer area at our old house.
Oh God, I can see where this is going.
And I'm walking out of the front, or like towards the front door, and I'm like playing with it. So like I like do the squirt thing, and there must have been a hole somewhere, and I didn't know it. And I walked out the door, and I hear my dad screaming, "What happened?" And I look back, and there's just a trail of blood red drops.
Oh my God,
going
you didn't even know
down.
you're doing it?
No, I couldn't see the blood coming down my face, so
Yeah.
I just squirted it, thinking, "Oh, I look cool. It's coming down my face." As I walk out the door, and I left a trail across these brand new carpets that they had gotten, and those stains never came out.
Never came out.
They got faded, but they never came out completely.
Oh my gosh.
It was a disaster.
Oh my God, that is a disaster. I don't think I have any costume disasters. I Favorite costumes? I don't know. I remember my mom, and if I have a picture of this, we'll show it in the pod. But I don't think I do. I can check though. It was like I think my mom made. Yeah, my mom made me like a Batman costume.
Okay.
Like completely from scratch, and I think that like might have been my favorite one ever. I remember being like the Blue Ranger. I don't know why I was ever the Blue Ranger because I was a nerd. I remember dressing up as like Jim Tomey. I think I have pictures of that. I can show it.
Yeah. Baseball players were so easy. Like athletes.
Yeah,
Like I remember having like a fake
baseball,
helmet and fake shoulder pads for a football player one
Yeah.
year. All that stuff was so cheap back in the day.
Yeah. And you already had the pants. Like if you played baseball, you were like halfway there.
Right.
You had the cleats and everything.
I've got the mitt. I've got a bat potentially. Like complete the costume. It's easy.
I think the very last time I trick-or-treated, I remember being a paintball player because I played paintball. So it's like, like me and my like best friend and neighbor Josh, we would just like, I forget how old we were. Definitely at least in high school. And we were just like, we want candy. What's the easiest way to do it and not kind of like, phone it home or whatever. So everyone appreciated that, these older kids at least dressed up in something that they don't see every day, which is like a full paintball outfit, uniform.
Well, that reminds me actually, when I was working in construction, I don't know if you guys are hip to this or not, but on Halloween, if you go to Chipotle and you're wearing a costume, they give you your burrito for free or bowl for free.
Oh, yeah. I think I might have heard of that.
Burrito or bowl.
God, this must be chaos in that.
Well, when I was working in construction, we would just leave our tool belts on and say we were construction workers, and lunch was free every single Halloween. It was like the best hack to the system for a free lunch from Chipotle.
I wonder how loose they are with that.
They gave it to us 2 or 3 years in a row. I mean, we did it multiple times where we just walked in with our tool belt on, with our hammer, and all of our tools still in it, so it like looked authentic. And we would be like, yeah, we're construction
construction players.
Yeah, construction players.
No. I'm an MVP construction player.
Yeah. We're construction workers, and we got a free burrito every single time. So it's a good hack for anyone that doesn't know about it. Dress up, go to Chipotle on Halloween.
Yeah,
get yourself some free food.
I think I knew about that, then totally forgot, and then you just brought it up, and I'm like,
maybe we bring these sumo suits
we learned.
to Chipotle.
We would definitely get a burrito.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, definitely. So speaking of Halloween, though, does anyone have a scary story? IRL, like something that actually happened to you, a haunting, something you can't explain. I know I have a story. I have one like legit one that I can tell, but I'm curious to know. We're still getting used to the technology here. Okay.
As far as like scary moments, I don't think like outside of being a kid, I remember. Oh geez, this is when we lived like next to our grandma's house in like downtown Akron.
Shout out Inman.
Yeah. Shout out Inman on Inman Street. Yeah. There were one of our neighbors every year he dressed up as Michael Myers, and he was like this. I was maybe 5 or 6 years old, and he would like walk down the sidewalk like he was Michael Myers, and it used to freak me out. But as far as like actual scary moments,
actual scary moments.
No,
like
no, I can't.
I've been scared a lot.
No, I can't. No, no.
All right. Well, I have. Tom, do you have any? Do you have an actual like paranormal activity moment? Not.
I can't do the. I would leave.
Well,
I don't think so. I mean, I was just talking the other day about. I had just finished watching a movie with a friend, and it was super late at night, and it was surround sound, and we were really into the movie.
If this isn't an actual haunting, I swear to God, I'm so pissed.
It's not.
What is this? Yeah, I watched the movie and was scared. Surround sound.
But it wasn't the movie. That was the build-up. So it was getting late, and I had to move my car off the street, right? So I didn't get a ticket.
I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, go ahead.
It's okay. We can edit it out. So
no, sorry. Go ahead.
I had a stick shift car. I was 17 years old. I'm looking down, trying to shift gears and everything, and make sure I'm in the right spot. And all of a sudden, I heard something slap the back of my car. And I looked back, and it was kind of that immediately, I didn't know, nothing registered. And so I kind of am sitting back right, like I'm about to take off. And then all of a sudden, I had to look back. And I looked back, and it was a person face planted on the back of my car, screaming. And I started screaming.
Were they on drugs? Were they high on fentanyl?
Was it someone you knew trying
It was
like playing a
somebody I
joke?
knew. Oh
Okay,
yeah.
okay,
yeah.
okay.
He's just snuck out the back.
Oh.
Caught you
So-
off guard, scared
Oh,
you.
yeah.
So he's just
Pretty
playing a
good.
trick on
Oh
you.
yeah, out of nowhere.
So you've hyped this up, Jay. Have you had a paranormal experience?
Usually people do. Usually people have like.
I don't think that's a
something that they
common
can't-
thing.
Didn't you have one when you were going to the Grand Canyon or?
Oh,
Yeah.
that was a ghost. Okay, you're right. Sorry. I have like all but like erased this from my memory because I can't accept it.
Yeah.
So I apologize. Let me backtrack. Yes.
Let me tell mine first, and then you can tell yours.
And yes,
because
I will remember. Yes, I apologize.
because I totally forgot that happened, and then like I had to think for 2 seconds. I'm like, you just told me that not too long ago, like a couple months ago this happened. But mine was a little bit longer ago. I was in Athens. Did I ever
Okay.
tell you this? I might have. Maybe not.
Sounds vague, but you'll have to refresh my
Well,
memory.
yeah. And Athens is like notoriously haunted. Tom, if you can look up when Washington Hall at Ohio University was built. But some of these buildings like date back to like the, mid 1800s, like late 1800s. I don't know. But a lot of the old dorms that were first built definitely have the notoriety and like for being haunted.
Mm-hmm.
And it was my freshman year, and I was in Washington Hall. It's one of the older dorms in the east side of the campus, and like I remember a couple days prior to this, there was like some girls that were our neighbors that were like scared as hell because they said like they woke up and they couldn't move. It was like sleep paralysis or whatever.
Yeah.
But the whole thing of like they couldn't move, they like could barely breathe, and they saw the shadowy figure and stuff, and they like 2 or 3 of them said the exact same thing. And I know this is a thing, right? Like,
yeah, I've definitely heard of this.
Yeah.
Where like there's like a specific figure during sleep paralysis where like you're in a state where you're not fully awake, but you can't move. Like
Right.
you're conscious, but you see it. There is some like research done on this. So yeah, I'm familiar. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Hold on one second. Tom
yeah.
has something
Tell
for
us
us.
something.
1954. So not as
1954.
old as
Oh.
you'd think.
Well, when was Ohio University established? Because I thought it was definitely sometimes 800. 1954. Interesting.
And if you want, also you can throw this on the TV too.
Yeah, if you want. All right, so there was like something like weird going on, and I've already heard like other ghost stories from alumni and also people that were there from like other dorms. But my experience was like super weird because I was just suddenly woken up in the morning, like just I don't know what woke me up, but I was awake, my roommate was sleeping, and I could hear these doorknobs, like someone like messing with everyone's doorknob. But they were going like door to door. They were going one door, then across the hall to the other door, then across the hall to the other door, very like systematically. And it was just like jiggling the handle of the doors, right?
So like I would immediately then think like someone's playing a joke.
Yeah.
Like someone's
yeah,
running
for
down
sure.
the hallway, jiggling handles.
Yeah,
Okay.
for sure. That's what I thought. So I'm like, this was like, I think it was like at 2 or 3 at in the morning, right?
Okay.
And I was like, oh, dude, I'm going to get this motherfucker. Like, I'm going to, call him out. Because we have, like, peepholes or whatever.
Yeah.
And so I was just going to stand in front of it. And I could literally, I knew when he was coming because I could hear it start at the very end of the hall. And it was working its way slowly but surely up to my door. And when it was time, I couldn't see anything because I'm obviously looking first. But then the doorbell jingled. Or, like, it was like...
While you're looking
While
out
I was
the
looking
peephole,
out.
seeing no one,
Seeing no one.
the handle jingles.
The handle jingles, and as soon as that happens, I open the door as fast as I can, and just nothing's there.
Oh man.
Yeah.
See, I've got a very weak stomach for stuff like that.
Yeah,
Like
scary.
I would.
Happy Halloween.
Did you sleep that night?
Probably not. I probably like woke someone else up and like told him about it. I think actually what I did was one of my best friends like down there was on my left, so like it happened to him. So I like thought he was just sleeping or whatever. They were just sleeping, and so I think I knocked on their door and then asked if they heard it, and they said no or something like that. And then eventually, one thing leads to another. You just chalk it up to whatever.
Sure.
But it was definitely something I still remember to this day, and pretty scary.
Yeah, that would definitely freak, especially happening at night.
Yeah.
Like that is super unsettling.
Yeah.
I have like I said, I have such a weak stomach for stuff like that. And if I were to have experienced something like in person that close, I don't know if I would have been able to deal with it.
Yeah. So,
But-
yeah, 1804. Because I remember it was like in the early 1800s. So there's like a mental asylum there too. The Ridges it's called. And that place is like super, super, super haunted. Like that is known for being haunted. You can probably look up. There's probably people that travel there, like ghost hunters and stuff like that. The Ridges in Athens, Ohio. It's super haunted. Tom, if you want to look up the Ridges in Athens, Ohio, and then just like general ghost stories from Athens, Ohio, because this, I'm just not making this up. This is like a thing that
Sure. You're
everyone
not a one of
experiences.
one.
Oh no,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
No,
This is known at
Yeah.
University of Ohio.
yeah, Ohio University for sure.
Interesting. Yeah.
All right, so go ahead and like tell us your the Ohio University. Oh wait, let's see what this is. The Ridges was originally developed as a site of Athens lunatic asylum 150 years ago. The main structure that functioned as the mental hospital building was designed under the famous Kirkbride plan and gave the structure its memorable and beautiful layout. Beautiful layout, memorable, yeah.
It's an
Okay.
insane asylum. What do you
Yeah,
mean?
yeah. It after years of declining patient numbers and the onset of deindustrialization movement in the 1980s, the mental hospital saw its inevitable end. And in the early 1990s, Ohio University acquired the entirety of the land and the buildings. So
Interesting.
yeah, there apparently someone died in there, and there's like the outline of them that, you know, like where they died and were deceased for a long time.
Man,
So-
and this what does OU use this for now? Like what a part of the
I
campus
don't know.
is
It's
it?
totally changed from when I was there.
Well, when you were there, what were they using it for?
I don't think they used it for anything. I could be totally wrong because I only saw the outside. I never like went in.
Okay.
I think my brother-in-law like broke in or something like that. But I think it's just it kind of like laid dormant. I think it's just unless they
Interesting.
from when I was there, or at least as far as I know, it's like it's just there.
Yeah, that makes me wonder
Empty.
like why OU wanted to acquire it, or if it was just like proximity thing.
Oh yeah,
and-
you know, you just want land. You know, I'm surprised they should have torn it down by now. You know, you would think, but
Yeah.
it's like super haunted.
But it
I just
creates
think
lore,
seeps out.
right?
Yeah.
People might want to come and visit, and ghost hunters might. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I wouldn't have thought of like a asylum being acquired by a university. So that's fun.
Cool.
All right. Well, okay. So let me get to I guess my story that I've kind of blocked out of my memory. Well, we'll say what that is. So my wife and best friend, his wife, we took a trip this past spring to go to Zion National Park as well as the Grand Canyon. Highly recommend it if you guys have never been. Zion was incredible. But when you're driving out of Zion, we went to Zion first. We were driving to the Grand Canyon, and you drive through a bunch of like switchbacks as well as through a tunnel that has these massive open windows that are along the tunnel and like the side of this mountain. So when you're driving up them, you can like see in, you can see cars going past. And the first time that we had driven up past them or up this way, we saw someone or two people sitting in one of these like open windows, and everyone in the car saw it except for one person, my best friend Adam, who is the only person who like doesn't believe in anything supernatural. He's like, all that is just a kook, you know? So of course he didn't see them. But then when we drive up through the tunnel, we come to realize that, well, first we see all these signs that say like you are not allowed to walk in the tunnel. It was a very, very narrow 2-lane tunnel built a long time ago. I don't know the year, unfortunately. And we tried to look this up, and so I don't even know like if I could tell Tom how to look it up, but we realized there's no way that somebody could actually get into this tunnel, let alone get to the point of the certain like window that we saw them in.
Because your car would have to be parked, right? At least if you're gonna
Yes,
be in the
you'd have to
middle of
park
nowhere.
your car, and like
Yeah.
I was worried that my side view mirror was going to hit the side because
Yeah.
it was so tight in there. So you couldn't even like walk through.
Mm-hmm.
And so we're like, what was that? What did we see? And like just joking, we're all like, oh, we saw a ghost, and that was just da 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 da. Well, 2 days later, we're leaving Zion, and we're driving up, and we happen to like bring it up as we're driving down the same route. And my wife and my best friend's wife, Ashley, actually see the two figures again, identical to the same that we had saw previously. There was one taller figure with a slightly shorter figure standing next to them. They were like, the best that I could describe them would be like silhouettes. They were almost like shadows, but they were a far distance, so like we just assumed they were people and like distorted. And they saw them again. And as then we got up to the tunnel.
But you didn't.
I did not. I was driving.
You saw it the first time, though.
I saw it the first time, and there was a little more traffic the second time that we were going, so I was paying attention to the road, and I didn't quite catch the like specific window that we saw. But they both, my wife and Ashley, were like, "Oh my God, they're there again!"
At the same time, were they just like,
yeah. They both had seen it, and then they were both reacted. And then by the time I like swung my neck around to look, there was like a tree in the way. I couldn't see it anymore.
Okay, so yeah, I guess I thought you saw it the second time too. So I guess if you probably saw it with your own eyes the second time, it would have made like a bigger impact on you. You know?
Yeah, maybe, but I was pretty believing because they were awfully convincing that like we definitely saw them clear as day the second time, and then going through the tunnel itself the second time, there was no one again, and it was just like this really weird. We looked up to see if like people had fallen from those windows before.
Yeah, for sure.
To see if anybody else had seen any ghosts, and we couldn't find anything, which kind of left it almost like more mysterious. We were like, oh geez, we witnessed something that like nobody else has, or at least nobody else has reported.
Could you die if you jumped off that?
Oh, easily. Easily. It's like
probably.
Yeah, it's right next to a pretty famous arch in Zion. If you look up like I think it's just called the Arch, but there's places to park off of the side of the road that people take pictures from that you can see the windows on the side of it that I actually saw this person or figure from.
Speaking of, yeah, that is kind of terrifying, especially if they both reacted at the same time and you saw it the first time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, some things you just can't explain. But what you remind me of something that I'll probably like never think of again, but like. Are the arch, like you saying the arch and terrifying? I just made a solo road trip up to St. Louis and where the arch is.
Yeah.
And you can actually go up in the arch.
Yes.
And it is the most terrifying thing in the world because you're in this. You almost start in like the basement or whatever, and you just go into what looks like an elevator. But it's like this little pod that seats like 4 people, like knee to knee, like you're sitting across from 2 other people.
Yeah.
And you're just like scaling up this massive arch, and you can just feel yourself swinging side by side.
Oh,
and it's just like if you're claustrophobic, which is what I am, which I have another story for our viewers for that. The reason why I'm claustrophobic is this man over here. I'll tell that story afterward because it's kind of like Halloween-y too. Yeah.
Oh man, I have not thought about that.
I haven't thought about that in forever. But yeah, I am claustrophobic.
Oh my God.
And just going up there was just wild. I remember I was going with a family. It was like a father, mother, and their daughter, and I look like the most terrified out of all of them. And they're like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "Yeah, just my hands are really sweaty." I remember saying that. I was holding a camera because I was just like photographing everything at the time. And when you get up there at the very top, it's just like also unsettling. I wanted to get down immediately. Like I'll ride roller coasters. I rode like the Top Thrill Dragster and stuff like that. Like it's not like heights or whatever, but it's like it's not flat up there. You're kind of like on a curve, and then you just see these big windows, and so you're kind of looking down that high up.
Well, there's also something to be said for like, for instance, the Top Thrill Dragster. Like the whole ride is all of 12 seconds.
Yeah, but
so
the
like
Millennium
you're
Force
high
too.
For only but you're just
I like that.
up high. Millennium Force is definitely my favorite.
It's a great roller coaster. Yeah,
but and we're talking about Cedar Point for those of you that aren't from
Sandusky, Ohio. Yeah.
Yes, the best amusement park in the nation.
Yeah.
True. But you're only that high for like seconds. Like,
but it's terrifying because it kind of corkscrews down.
Right, but like the first time that I was on a Ferris wheel, which I almost like regrettably say was up until like 2 years ago, I went on my first Ferris wheel. So when you're up there and you're just like, you stop for someone else to get on and you're just hanging there up high, to me, it was way scarier than like rushing through on a roller coaster, going through like Millennium Force type thing.
Yeah.
So I can see that being more unsettling.
Have you ever been on a ski lift? Oh, Thomas owns it for us. Oh, yeah. Yeah, this tour. Don't do it. You're all going to die. Yeah, see what I mean? God.
That is so tight.
Send them up in like, see, because you can't just go straight up because it's, it's an arch.
It almost looks like a spaceship.
Yeah.
That is scary. Seeing like how far down they
I thought the
actually
windows
see.
were bigger once you got to the top. I thought they were bigger, but yeah, enjoy the ride. Take a seat for your journey of a lifetime.
It looks like a
remember it
UFO.
forever.
It
Yeah.
looks like a spaceship.
No, my palms are getting sweaty just looking at that. Look, she's terrified. She's holding on to everything. Like, oh my god. Yeah, no, it's
I love it.
Anyway, I think that's actually a renovation of what I think it was just recently renovated.
How long ago did you go?
Oh man, this was at least 8 or 9 years ago.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, it's terrifying. But anyway, the reason why I'm claustrophobic and that freaks the shit out of me is when me and David were really, really young, in our grandma's basement. The basement was just where the parents would just let the kids run loose, and it had a pool table, a ping pong table, both of which were just like destroyed by kids. Obviously,
Yes.
There was a lot of kids, a lot of
But
cousins.
it was our spot, and like
Yeah.
the way our grandparents' house was, is there was like this metal spiral staircase
metal spiral
that went
staircase. That's
down
great
to
for
the
kids.
basement.
Perfect for kids.
Oh, it was
there
our
was a
favorite
treadmill there too. Treadmill in the basement.
Yes,
I
yeah,
fractured
you're
my
right.
thumb on that or broke it. I remember that. There was
yeah.
an encyclopedia, like just a shelf of encyclopedias.
You're absolutely right.
That we would never read, just use as
Yeah, we
forts.
just stack them up and make
Yeah.
different things with them. Yeah.
But there was also a toy chest, and it was a pretty large toy chest. Think of a coffin, ladies and gentlemen. And me and David were playing zombies. I think or zombies or vampires, one of the two.
It was something
that comes back from the dead.
Yep.
And so it's like, okay, you get in here and you'll act like a zombie or you'll act like a vampire and you'll get out of the
chest.
The
Yeah.
chest. And for whatever reason, David didn't let me out for like, it seemed like a long time. I don't know when or how long it was, but I remember trying to break out with my back.
Yeah. We were young.
Yeah, we were young.
With a 4-year difference as well. Like, I want to say I was
true.
maybe
I don't know
like
what I was thinking.
4.
I don't know what I was thinking.
Yeah, I was maybe 4 or 5.
Yeah, because I remember this memory very vaguely, and for you to remember it has to be kind of like traumatizing almost.
Yeah, I almost remember the story. Like, I remember our
remember it was
parents'
traumatizing.
reaction when you had like gotten out, because you were definitely distraught and like scared.
God.
And I remember like our parents, or like my parents and your parents, being like, "What happened?" And for some reason, I'm like, I don't remember if like you got locked in there on accident or if I just like put you in there and then like I don't think you knew how
to open it.
Yeah, I think that I was like puzzled. Like I was too young to know like how the lock mechanism worked or something.
Because I think it
don't
was
know.
just like a little thing you have to move to the side, and then it required some motor.
Yeah, it
skills.
wasn't just like a key twist and it opens.
Yeah.
There was something to it.
But I just don't. I remember like screaming at the top of my lungs and just like.
Yeah, I do actually remember you.
Was it
screaming
so
in the
muffled?
box.
Was it like?
Yeah.
Oh my! You fucking dude.
And I couldn't get it open. What do you mean?
I remember like breaking it with my back, hearing it like I'm breaking out of a coffin, right? Like if you're just like laying
Did
down
you
in a coffin.
actually break it, or did I go get
remember-
someone? Or I don't remember how this resolved.
Eventually, someone let me out, but I remember hearing like every time it cracked, I would be like, it would excite me because I'm like, oh, like I think it was made by our grandpa because like, dude, this thing was sturdy. Like,
And our grandfather was
That's probably why you couldn't hear me.
He was a carpenter, so like
home
he
builder, yeah,
had like
contractor,
all
yeah.
kinds of different tools and chests and stuff like that. So this was just sitting, and his like whole shop was in the basement on the other half of where we played.
Yeah.
So like this was just a chest that kind of came from his shop.
yeah,
And
well, it was well built.
jeez. Well built for an 8-year-old
Yeah.
trying to get out of. I
that
have
was
not
wild.
thought about that in decades. That
Yeah.
is so funny.
I've thought about it in forever too, but like anytime like I'm in a tight space, like I remember that time because like it just flashes back, and
Yeah.
I think that's why I'm like, what about like MRIs? What are the ones that you have to go in like that
Yeah,
big?
it's an MRI where
It's
you
an
go in
MRI.
like the big tube.
I can do it, but it's very hard for me to do it. I'm like in my head the whole time.
yeah.
I
How
can't
do you
it.
answer the questions?
What
Don't
do
they
you
ask you questions when you're in the MRI?
No, I don't.
Maybe
think
I'm
so.
thinking of.
Well, it depends on what they're looking at, right?
I guess maybe that is what it is. Yeah.
Yeah, I forget what they were looking at with me, but I think it might have been like, I don't know what it was. But like my whole body was in there, and they do play music for you. And I remember thinking I want the most distracting music, but I forget what it was. It's like I want something I don't actually like, but something that will like really distract me.
See, I always remember there being like elevator music.
Well, they might ask you like a genre. They might ask you like, yeah, I want Blink-182, Take Off Your Pants and Jacket. Like, can you get that on Spotify?
I have not.
But I think they do like country jazz. Or
Yeah, I don't
something.
know that.
I don't know. Yeah, that was also a while that happened to me. So,
Jeez.
how's it going, Tom?
It's going good. I'm just thinking of the scene in Kill Bill when she gets buried alive and has to do the 1-inch punches. But trying to do that as an 8-year-old might not be.
No, I was doing 1-inch back lift. I don't know what that move would be called, but yeah, that actually is a good Halloween story.
Yeah. Jeez, that is so funny that came up because like I said, I have not thought about it in so long, and I didn't know that I put you through such a traumatic life. Long.
I'm just like a little claustrophobic. That's literally all that's happened from it. We had a great story from it. Hopefully no back issues on my end, but yeah, I don't know. I just get like a little claustrophobic. It's not a big deal, you know.
Yeah, and luckily I don't have like any kind of claustrophobia.
I'm not still sad about it.
Right. Well, I apologize.
Oh yeah,
my 4-year-old self.
Yeah, I couldn't have been older than 10, dude. I like literally couldn't have been older than 10.
And then that would have put me at 6, like at the oldest.
And like, yeah,
Barely remember that. How
that's
funny.
like the age of my niece and nephew, and it's just like, no shot, I'd get out of there.
Yeah. So something that like always when I think of Halloween, there's usually one particular thing that like comes to mind first, and I'm curious to see what your guys' opinions are, or like take on it. How do you guys feel about horror films or scary movies?
Love them.
Love them. Tom, how do you feel about scary movies?
I used to enjoy them from time to time. It's never been my favorite, but I really can't watch them anymore.
No?
No, there's like one or two that I like still that I will occasionally watch, but more often than not, it's not my cup of tea.
Yeah. Yeah, I've always been a fan. I'm not a huge like slasher horror film fan. The ones that really stuck out to me, or like the series that stuck out to me the most, was The Conjuring.
I just saw the newest
series.
one.
Yeah, I have not. And I'm excited too. Isn't it the last one of that?
Yeah,
series,
it was like
I
Last
think?
Rites or something like that. It was
because they did like the whole Conjuring, then the Annabelle like trilogy or whatever that spun off of that, and then came back to the Conjuring for this
the
last
couple
one.
and the couple that investigates everything.
Yeah.
Right. My favorite part about the Conjuring, I think it's called The Last Rites. If you can, is it? Yeah, The Last Rites. I saw it in actually Highland Square Theater.
Oh,
that
cool,
theater.
cool. Down by me.
Yeah, with my fiance and brother-in-law. And spoiler alert, if you haven't seen it, it's probably not going to be your scariest part, but it was my scariest part because these kind of things like terrify me more than like scary faces and stuff. But so I forget, this was like in the 80s or something like that. It was set in this movie, and she was on her kitchen phone. You know how it was like corded back in the day?
Yeah,
like they had a long corded kitchen phone.
Yeah.
And it was like a taut. What am I trying to say here?
A tight shot?
Tight shot. Thank you.
Go.
On the actress with the phone, and then you just saw like the cord getting more and more tight, and the cord was being pulled into a closet, and then it would just be like let go, and she would like turn on the light, and there would be nothing there, and I'm like, that single thing, one single thing would terrify the out of me.
Oh yeah, I have like told Alex is my wife. I've told her multiple times that if something like that were to happen in our house, I do not spend another night there.
Yeah.
Like I'm staying in a hotel until we sell the house. That it's plain and simple. I will deal with none of it because I believe in that kind of stuff. Yeah. And so if I were to experience it, nope. Every scary movie, paranormal activity type movie, anything with that, it's like the first thing that I'm thinking when I'm watching the movie, the first thing happens and I'm like, leave. The rest of the movie doesn't need to happen. You guys don't need to die in the end. Like, just leave the house now and hope it doesn't follow you.
They around and find out constantly.
Yes!
That's what's happening in The Conjuring too.
Yeah. I don't play with any of that. Like, have you ever done a Ouija board?
Yeah, I actually have done a Ouija board.
What? Oh,
yeah.
I can't.
I can't. I don't know if I'd be able to find it, but I remember having it.
There's one still here?
It probably. Oh, dude, I don't know. I actually don't know where that went because I definitely remember I had it before I moved to the house in Akron because I used it. Yeah, I had one at one point. It was my grandma's actually.
Oh man, I can't do that. Like if you were to put a Ouija board in front of me and be like, "Let's talk to a spirit," I'd be like, "No." Like,
I tried it. I've used it. It's it's what you think it is. Like people get bored and then start.
Somebody's
like,
always gonna
moving
move it.
Yeah, I don't think I ever had like a legit experience with a Ouija board. Not to say like
You just didn't
it
call the
can't
right
happen.
spirits, right? You
Yeah,
didn't
I
say
don't
the
know.
right phrases beforehand. Isn't that how there are in the movies? Tom, have you ever had a Ouija board experience?
Yeah. Me and a couple friends. It was my senior year of high school, and I'd never used it before. I don't really believe in it. To me, it was just a board game and everything. And she did the saying the sayings, light some candles and everything to keep the good spirits and all that. And I think we turned out that we were talking to a brother of mine who had passed.
What?
That I was going to be married, but I was going to go down the aisle in a wheelchair because I was going to get in a car accident.
Wait, this was all on the Ouija board?
Yeah, it was really
Get
weird.
out.
It was really weird. Like
What?
they were
And
ask-
nobody was playing a joke. Nobody's confessed.
No, it was the weirdest thing. I cried a few times because
Get
it
out
was
of
super.
here.
It was like one of the weirdest things I've ever experienced.
And when I ask you about hauntings, like haunting stories,
You don't
does
bring
it
up the
come to
Ouija
mind?
board talking to what?
I had suppressed that memory.
Oh shit!
Yeah, we're
deep.
full of a bunch of suppressors here.
God. So wait. I actually
crazy.
need a breakdown of this because this is this is pretty wild.
Yeah.
So was it letter by letter? Like when it said wheelchair, you're like W.
Yeah,
H.
yeah. And even asking like who we were talking to, and it spelled out the name Brandon and certain things. And there was things I had never brought up that name or why it was important to me. So it was super weird. It was super weird.
Have you ever done a Ouija board since?
No.
Would you do a Ouija board?
This is not going to be our next content video, guys.
Yeah, I would.
Tune in next week for.
Yeah, might as well.
It'll be these two. I'm not
What's the
doing
worst
it.
that
I
can
see.
happen?
See, when people have experiences, like I want to do a Ouija board with them. You know what I mean? So I would love to do a Ouija board with you, Tom, because
Because you want to have the experience of like
Yeah.
talking to something paranormal.
yeah, because it's always been messing around. For the most part, I don't know. Like, how was the mood when you went into doing this Ouija board? Like, did you have candles? Was it dark? Set
Yeah,
the stage.
Yep. It was all those things.
Really, candles?
Yep.
Where was this?
It was at
in a
my
house?
girlfriend's house, senior year, with her and one of my close friends, and I kind of took it as a joke and thought it was just going to be silly. So I really didn't put much thought into it or anything. And yeah, we had the dark room. She had the candles. She burned some sage or incense. I guess she had looked up this whole ritual.
Oh, I didn't do the ritual.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying. You didn't say the right
Tom,
phrases.
could you look up the ritual? Please,
Yeah,
really
let me
quick?
do that.
Oh my
Because
God.
this might be our next content video, ladies and gentlemen.
It's not.
Who knows?
This is the one thing that, for me at least, I think that like the Ouija board, for instance, like Tom wasn't expecting anything to happen from it, and that's why it did.
But what was your mood going
I-
into it though? Like, was it serious? Like, because I don't know if I could do it serious.
I mean, I tried to be serious. I was also kind of skeptical, and I just assumed somebody was going to be messing with it the whole time. But
and you guys were looking at each other like no one's with it.
yeah, and we kept asking each other like, who's messing with me?
Yeah.
Who is messing with me?
Yeah, see, I just
That's how
don't
it
I don't
goes.
care for
That's how
that
it goes.
experience. Like I'd love to drive like a brand new Lamborghini. I don't care for the experience of talking to a spirit of some kind.
Here we go. To prepare for a Ouija board, cleanse the space. Okay, so she's right. By burning sage or other protective incense like myrrh or frankincense, and surround your playing area with salt. Did you guys do that?
Get out of here.
Specifically, I don't remember salt, but the rest of
Or
it, yeah.
protective crystals.
Cleanse the board
black
itself with sage.
tourmaline?
And okay, with sage smokes or protective prayer and light black candles to
No.
physically repel negative energy. So like, don't you want?
Why
Negative
wouldn't
energy
the
to come-
white? No, you're not. I don't want to talk to Like, if you're going to talk to a demon or an angel, for instance, right? Like, I'd much rather talk to the angel. I'd rather talk to a positive spirit than a negative spirit, right?
So then you burn white candles?
But
Because
to me,
it says burn black candles.
to physically repel negative energy, to me, that
repel
would be
negative
the reverse. You would want to light the white ones to repel the black, right?
Well, it doesn't say that. It just says no black candles.
No. Scroll back up. It says, keep going. Yeah, black candles are believed to repel negative energy. So light them during your session. That just flipped to me. I'm not doing it.
But you guys lit candles, but they weren't black candles.
No, I don't think so. They were probably white candles just that we had, or she had.
But
in
it
her
wasn't like
room.
it wasn't like even a negative energy. It was like a message. It just seemed like a scrambled message to you.
And from a relative.
And it seemed
Yeah.
like they were kind of messing with me at times. Like it was like they were joking with me by some of the things that they were saying. But it was really one of those weird experiences.
And when did this happen, Tom?
This was my senior year, so
In high school.
23 years ago.
Holy smokes. A while back.
Yeah, a bit ago.
Not to age you or
No,
date
no,
your
no,
age
no.
or anything.
No, not at all.
How crazy. No, I've never had that experience.
crazy.
I've actually, I don't think I've ever seen like a Ouija board in person outside of like at a store. Like, I'm pretty sure Spencer sold Ouija boards for a second.
Yeah.
Like,
Now I'm curious to know where mine is because I 100% know I had one. I 100% know I did one a couple times. Yeah. Dang it. Now that Tom's here, I kind of want to bust it out again. And well, we have to do the sage, I guess. I don't know.
I'm sure that you have sage here.
Yeah, actually, we do.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I know, Jessica.
We do.
You have sage here.
But going back to the horror movie stuff, the
Mhm.
most terrifying movie for me that I've ever seen, and it was probably because of my age, but maybe not because, I don't know, a good horror movie can freak me out. But I saw The Ring. Tom, could you please look up when The Ring was released? Because I remember we had the tape of The Ring, and I don't know why. My parents weren't into horror movies. No one was into horror movies. I don't know why we had this tape, but I remember watching it. I can't remember with who, but dude, it might have been by myself. I might have been like a psychopath.
That was
by
a mistake.
myself. Yeah, at a very young age. And I remember I had to. It was like late at night, and I had to go sleep in my parents' room. I just like grabbed a blanket and a pillow and like slept on the floor in their bedroom. That whole night, I might have tried to do it for like 2 or 3 nights after that because I had I remember this is. Do you have
Came
that?
out 2002. That's another one I remember because it was my senior year.
2002.
Wow.
Two scary things.
Okay, so I was actually kind of older. I was like 12 or 13, I think.
Yeah.
2002. So I was actually kind of older and sleeping on my parents' floor, like it freaked me out. And because in my bedroom I had this really small black and white television.
Okay.
Yeah, that my grandma gave me that I thought was cool that got like 2 or 3 channels.
Mhm.
This is like really weird. I don't even know why I had this. But I would sometimes watch those channels before I fell asleep. And I remember like having that in my bedroom just thinking like, oh hell no, like I can't be sleeping right next to this old looking like black and white TV.
Right, because that's like the whole
Yeah, she could
movie.
totally come through
Yeah.
that thing and get me.
Absolutely.
And yeah, I just remember like, dude, I was like, I don't know how I'm gonna get over this because it was just the scariest. It felt like it could happen and it was real.
Yeah.
I don't know what tripped my brain into like being so scared. It was probably just watching it by myself, I think.
Yeah. Well, that's the whole like goal of a horror movie, right? Make you feel like it's real. And The Ring is notoriously one of those like top scary movies.
Oh, it's
when you
it's
think
the
back
scariest
in the
movie I've ever
hierarchy.
seen, besides the first Conjuring. I think the first Conjuring was the scariest.
The first Conjuring got me good.
Yeah.
That I think is my like #1 scariest movie that I ever saw, and I had the like experience of seeing it in the theater, and it was just like, walking out like chills down the back of your neck, and like it was scary. But the one like, and now this might be topped because there's one like genre of scary movies that I don't work with. Any of the Exorcists.
I've never seen.
I've seen one.
Well, I've
Exorcist
seen the Exorcist
movie.
of Emily Rose.
Yes.
I've seen that.
I saw that
Yeah.
and I was like, I'm good. Like I'm good on the whole like demonic taking you over storyline. Like possessions, like in Conjuring, are different to me than what the
Because they're
Exorcist
possessed like
wants.
items.
Yes.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, to me that is the whole, like, I draw the line there. I don't want to watch like the famous scene of like where the little girl's head does like a 360. Like that is just a little too much for me. Now, on that same note though, just because of the whole like spiritual realm, I guess, my favorite series, because this is more recent, The Haunting of Hill House. Have you seen this? Mm-mm. Oh, maybe you make that this Halloween's
Is that
series.
on Netflix?
It is on Netflix, yes.
Haunting of Hill House.
Yes. It's a TV series, right? But it is a twisted, dark horror story that has to do with some paranormal things, but extremely well done in the format of a TV show instead of just an hour and a half long movie. So it follows. There's a couple different series because the person that made this has like spin-offs of the Hill House, and they have individual series because this is like a family. It shows like one story, the other story, but The Haunting of Hill House specifically brings them all together.
It has a 93% on Rotten Tomatoes.
It is good. I highly recommend it. What year did that come out? If you can scroll, 2018.
2018.
Oh, so a little bit dated now. Jeez, time's flying now. That's crazy. But yeah, very good. Highly recommend.
All right. Well, I think I'm gonna start back up my sumo suit because at the end of every podcast, we're gonna do a reaction to one of Tom's videos that he picks that we're gonna react to.
Yes. I'm gonna start de-Ozempicing.
I'm gonna get off the Ozempic now.
Yeah, we put it down.
All right. So,
Oh my God!
happy Halloween, everyone. We're gonna end every episode with a clip that Tom picks that we're gonna react to. I think that should be fun.
This is Tom's time to shine.
Yes.
He gets to bring something to the podcast every single week, and share with us what he's found in the deep depths of the internet.
All right. Let's see this.
So we're kind of going with the Halloween theme here.
Let's go.
Nothing too scary. There's a lot of things I thought about. There's a lot of good videos of taking kids to Spirit Halloween and watching them react. But sometimes that makes me a little sad. So this is a little fun little video I found. Something that I enjoy that makes me laugh.
Oh.
So let's see if
All
I
right.
can.
I think I've seen these. Oh, these are top 6.
Can I make it bigger full screen?
I think it'll be all right.
All right.
Yeah, I can see it. We're good.
All right. So we ready?
I love these things too. I haven't seen a compilation.
Yeah, here it goes. he should have punched the TV. Oh, dude.
Falling backwards.
Her spirit left her body. Oh,
There's
yeah.
your punch. There's your
that violent
punch.
reaction. Oh, where's the head?
No, he had to go back and finish the job. Oh, wait, is that lady wearing 2 pairs of glasses?
Okay.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Okay,
That last one.
A little preface. I've seen the full video to that last one.
That last one was a person.
Yes.
A whole person that looks like a
She
vulture.
Scares the bejesus
Hold on,
out
let's
of
watch this one more time. I'm just confused how
And then it's a
this
different
one,
camera
this
angle.
one,
It's
there's
a
no
robot.
head. Oh, it's a robot?
Yeah. It's just one of those hands. But look, she's wearing 2 glasses to read.
Oh, that's the weirdest thing about this whole. She's wearing 2 glasses to read.
I think he has a seizure in the bed
Have
over
you
it.
ever been so scared you can't do
my
anything
God.
about it? Like you're just frozen. I've been
Yes.
that scared one time. Like where it's being woken up.
Yeah.
Because I remember this is when I lived on DeWalt. I was woken up, and this was actually, oh my God, it's like an XXX girlfriend or whatever.
Uh-huh.
It doesn't matter. But this is actually an interesting story. It reminded me of that. But she was Little Red Riding Hood, but she was like a dead one, like a dead Riding Hood, like bloody all over.
Okay, yeah.
And I remember it was like 50-50 on whether she was like going to come over later that night or not. And I just remember giving up on it and going to sleep or whatever.
Uh-huh.
And I guess she like got in the house and like opened the door and turn on the light. And I remember as soon as I saw her, I froze. I just froze. And I pulled up the sheets on my bed and I just like breathed like really heavily. And then I lowered them. And then like it took me like 3 seconds to get back to it. I'm like, oh, you're here. I'm so happy to see like that. I was frozen, dude. And I lifted the sheets up like this. I remember it was just like that where you're just like doing the weirdest thing. It's like you're frozen in fear.
That is so funny. The first thought that I had was like, I hope to God nobody robs you. Like someone would bust into your house and you would just freeze and put the covers back over your
that's
head.
what you do,
They
though.
take all your shit and leave. Like,
When you get woken up.
Thought. Yeah.
Like imagine the very first thought after being asleep for a long time, being woken up, being like terrified.
Yeah, and
Just
that
like
I get.
And you're just frozen.
See, I've had a similar experience. It's not worth even like really saying what the nightmare was, but I had a really bad nightmare and woke up like spooked, like not scared. Like I've been scared from a nightmare before, but this one like shook me to my core and spooked me. And I experienced something similar to that where like I was almost paralyzed, where like I couldn't, like there was no right thing to do, so I just laid there. And so I can somewhat relate.
Circling back to like the beginning of the conversation, like maybe that's what sleep paralysis is. Like they see that shadowy figure and they're just like immediately like, terrified and they can't move, because I experienced that without like the sleep paralysis, you know, like an actual person entering the room. I was just, like terrified and I couldn't move my body, but like move the sheets up all, like over my eyes. That's all I could do.
I need to do like a deep dive on that sleep paralysis, because I know that there's a lot to that. The people are like experiencing the same thing or seeing the same figure. Yeah. And that kind of stuff just like blows my mind. Like how?
Maybe next pod we'll have more information on that.
Yeah, maybe we can do some research.
All right, guys. Well, that was episode 1. And I guess all I can say is thanks for the hangout.
Yeah, thanks for the hangout, guys. It's been a good time. I promise for the next episode we'll get back on the Ozempic.
Yeah, we'll lose some weight.
Yes.
Tom will help us. All right, guys. Thanks for the hangout.
Yeah, see you guys. Thanks for the hang.